Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Evelyn, if you could start us with roll call.
Trustee Lee,
Here.
Trustee King, Trustee Marquez is absent. Vice President Weekly,
Present.
President Wells.
Here. Good evening. It's May 8th, 2025. Welcome to the special meeting of the Redwood City School Board. Not many people here or online, but we will be taking public comment. It's going to work a little bit different at this evening's meeting than how we handle it at a regular meeting. We're going to hear comments related to only to the special meeting topics. The two resolutions that are up are action item tonight, and we'll hear them when we get to 6.1 on the agenda. So if you do have public comment, on the special board meeting items, either posted on the links online for the participants that are online. They're in the public content section of the agenda online, or fill out a speaker's card in the back and hand it to Evelyn before we get to 6.1, so that we can be sure to hear from you. And then, of course, to be fair to all speakers, we limit public comments to 3 minutes per person, unless otherwise noted. With that, do we have any changes to the agenda? All right, can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I move we approve the agenda.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. Then let's move into our two action items. We're going to start with 5.1. This is adoption of resolution 22 regarding non-reemployment of classified employees for the 25-26 school year.
Thank you. I appreciate the special board meeting tonight. We do have, I want to tell a little bit of a story between what has occurred from our layoff meeting that culminated in February to where we are arriving to tonight. So as you recall, there were two layoff sessions, one in December and one in February, in which we were addressing for our classified group, which is this first action item, lack of work or lack of funds. And the board took action on those resolutions. And then subsequently, we met with CSEA, discussed the positions. We are still in negotiations regarding the librarians' reduction of hours. But for the other positions, due to funding coming back or new requests coming in, the number of FTE has been changed since our original prediction, which was back in December and February. And actually, that happens from time to time. That's not anything new. But that did occur in between March and April. And so that is one resolution, is essentially correcting the new number to make it accurate, certainly for the business office and so forth. It will result in notification to the employee again as the final layoff number. Okay. So those that have other positions now or with the classified group has bumped into other positions, they will still be notified of the process, but recognizing that their employment will still continue. We do have some employees in which we don't have positions for a variety of reasons, and they will be placed on the reemployment list as outlined in Ed Code. So that is part one in action item 5.1. The second item, I just wanted to update the board that we did have one employee who had requested a hearing under Ed Code 45117, but withdrew prior to the hearing date. So that is just an update that was in the board memo. The board memo has a lot of detail about what I just said, and this resolution is requesting approval from the board for the reduction of 18.6668 FTE at this time. Any questions?
Does anyone have questions? Any comments? Okay, yeah, I'll just take a moment to acknowledge that, that this isn't just a spreadsheet of numbers. These are real people that are there, and they've contributed meaningfully to our students in schools. So I definitely appreciate that. And I understand sometimes budgetary shifts require these kind of things to happen, but just don't take it lightly, and definitely consider that during these reductions. So then if there's no comments or questions, this is an action item. Can I get a motion to approve?
I move to,
Wait, think we were going to take, sorry, I mentioned this at the beginning. We're going to take it during the oral communication at 6.2. Sorry.
I'll move to approve resolution number 22.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we'll move on to 5.2, which is resolution 23. This is non-reemployment for certificated employees for the 25-26 school year.
Yes, thank you. And thank you, Mike, for those comments. That was appreciated. So this is very similar to the classified item I just mentioned, but it does pertain to certificated teachers and certificated management as well. And the same situation applied where we had 2 layoff sessions in December and February, and the board took action and approved the resolutions at the time. But since that time period, there have been shifts and changes in regards to the services that are required for next year. So 3.25 total FTE was reinstated due to additional funding sources, and that could be as simple as the PTO sends in a commitment letter. There could be a shift in supplemental concentration requests, what have you. And so those were essentially brought back, maybe with a change of a funding source. And so as a result, the recommendation was to approve the 30.7604 FTE as a reduction at this time. So that is the reduction of 3.25 that we brought back. Okay. The second piece is that we had 2 affected employees who requested a hearing under the Ed Code. One employee withdrew their request prior to the hearing. The second employee went through the process with an administrative law judge. And by Ed Code, the board and the employee were emailed the results of that decision prior to May 7th. And so you did receive that. And so we also attached it as Exhibit A here. And so therefore, it is our recommendation that we adopt the proposed decision by the administrative law judge as outlined in Resolution 23 and take action on this particular item. Are there any questions regarding these 2 resolutions for certificated?
Questions or comments? Again, another, not the easy part of the job. And of course, these are educators who've, poured their energy into our students. So I want to thank each one of the affected ones. And I understand that the hardship and the uncertainty that, these kind of resolutions represent. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve resolution number 23.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we'll move on to oral communication, which is 6.1. We have 1 speaker card and it's Maria Stockton. And you'll have yeah, and three minutes.
Can you
wait,
press the
yeah.
button on the right?
There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Maria Stockton, classified president, CSEA, Redwood City 5. I was just going to talk on the reductions of classified. Thank you for your words. We don't ever want to see somebody laid off because they're hired, because they're needed. And some of the positions, unfortunately, with changing of schools and everything, it's understood of some kind of changes. As for the librarians, we are in discussion right now. I believe the district is receiving a letter today from CSEA, so that will continue until whatever happens. As for the one person who submitted a letter for the hearing or something, she was confused and she didn't know what that was. So that's why it was withdrawn. It wasn't that she wanted to challenge anything. She just didn't understand it. So we want to thank everybody, the district, especially Patricia Perez, who has loads of work, on her desk for working with us on getting this done, and with Wendy and us continuing discussing the librarian positions, and we'll bring information to the board as well. Also, the 3rd week of May is classified week, and so if you don't know all of who you represent beside children and parents in the district, people, please learn who your support staff are, and please come visit the sites, and not only visit teachers, administrators, please stop in the kitchens, the library, stop in the office and say hello. We want to know you as well as we hope you want to know us and what we do. So when you decide to make cutbacks or have to make decisions, you'll better understand what we do. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Maria, for your comments, and we appreciate all the work that CSAA does in the district, certainly. And thank you for coming last night and sitting through the bond oversight committee. I understand that the special meeting was scheduled on a different day, but
Good meeting.
okay, great. I think with that, we're up to 7.1 to adjourn the meeting. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
And a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.